What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a great weekend. I know I am. The Bills just pulled off a victory against the Braves, so excitement in the air. Now, a little bit late for practice squad elevations, but you know, if you've been following along this whole week, the Rams, terribly run organization, their social media team just never puts anything out for what's going on. But I gave them ample time to put out their practice squad elevations. I don't think they've made any. So watched the game, enjoyed it. But the Eagles came out with theirs. I posted it on all the platforms. So hopefully you at least got to know the Eagles. But we've got news for both teams here. Let's jump right into it. It's not a live video. Unfortunately, not going to be live tonight, but I will be live tomorrow around 3 o'clock for the pregame show. So hope to see you then. We'll talk about the inactives, everything else you need to know for the game. But right now, getting you ready to know what these teams will look like for tomorrow's game. So appreciate you taking the time. You have any questions, comments, leave them down below. Appreciate you hitting that like button, subscribing, everything you do to support the channel. I truly cannot thank you enough. Hope you're having a great weekend, but let's jump right into this with the Eagles. Now, not just the practice squad elevations. Let's talk about some of the moves that were made here and some things going on. So Cam Jurgens was placed on IR. That sucks. We talked about it. No, it's great. He wasn't placed on IR, so therefore he might not miss that many weeks. Yeah, well, now he definitely has to miss 4. So looking like we won't get him back until after the bye. Hopefully Sua Opeta steps it up, but you know I love me some Tyler Steen. Hopeful that Jeff Stoutland trusts in him soon enough that he could take that job and maybe never look back. So would love to see that, but unfortunate for Cam Jurgens. Hopefully he gets well soon. Now up next, we've got ourselves Rashad Penny, and he is now doubtful for this game, added to the game status report. So, look, we usually have him inactive unless there's an injury. So, and, you know, a lot of people ask me about this. The staff just really doesn't, like him in this system. Really, they brought him in as the guy to be behind Kenny. Then, in the draft, we were able to trade for DeAndre Swift. So things change, man. And look, I thought maybe he would be used more, that goal line guy. We'd have him for a kick return, but hey, the Eagles see different things, and maybe he just isn't the same guy anymore. So, look, as long as they keep kicking ass running the ball, I'll be all right there. But I really would just have him back there, kick returner. But whatever. At least we feel good at punt returner and leading the league in punt return yards, 3rd in average there, Britton Covey, and he was questionable for this game, but now removed from the game status report. He will be good to go. So let's effing go, baby. Now, let's get into those practice squad elevations for the Eagles. Braden Mann, of course, we knew that would happen. Punter holder there. But Bradley Roby recently signed just a few days ago, now going to be here for the Eagles. And look, I don't think he's going to start necessarily, but I think he could see a good amount of reps. So we got to throw him into the fire, see what he's got, see if we want to sign him to the active roster, elevate him maybe a couple more times just, to get the best out of it. And, obviously we need those roster spots right now. So, look, I think that obviously Braden Mann will be added to the active roster after, Jurgens goes to the IR there. So that's an open roster spot. So we'll see. Nakobe Dean is eligible to come back next week. You can elevate Roby 2 more times here. So you don't have to have him on the active roster, but we'll see how he does there. Now, I'm going to show you the depth chart with all of these things that happen now. Just in case you're looking for any of these names, they will not be on the depth chart because they are here in the reserves list. Bradley, Dean, Johnson, Jurgens, Maddox, McPherson, suspended, of course, as Aaron Rodgers. And as I mentioned, Nakobe Dean eligible to come back next week. We'll see if we activate that window. He'll have 21 days of practice. We shall find out next week. But let's look at this depth chart for tomorrow. And as you can see, doubtful Rashad Penny, the 4th running back, probably going to be inactive anyway, so not a big deal there. And then I have Sua Opeta now in at right guard, Cam Jurgens on IR. So, look, against a team with Aaron Donald, it's it was one of my top matchups. Hopefully you were able to check that video out. If not, go check it out now. Lots of great information in that one. Looking forward to this matchup for sure. Sua Opeta, step it up. If not, Steen, go get that job. Now, up next on defense, this is where we're missing a few players. Cox and Tuipulotu out, and we talked about it. Look, Carter and Davis and Williams already a big part of this rotation. They're just going to see a little uptick. Street going to see a big uptick. And then Ojomo probably be active for his first game, and he could definitely see some snaps because we usually use a 6-man rotation. Only got 5 of them, so I think they're all going to get theirs. Let's effing go. Then in the safety department, look, we only had 3 last week, made it happen. Justin Evans back. I love that because at least he's starting, not Terrell Edmonds. But Sidney Brown being out, it sucks. I'm very excited. You guys know I wanted him desperately in this draft. So I'm looking forward to him playing that third safety role, a nickel cornerback role, dime backer, the starting safety, all kinds of different roles you can use for him. Use all 3 safeties, all the cornerbacks. I'm all about it. Now, you can see at the cornerback position, I have Bradley Roby there backing up James Bradberry rather than Mario Goodrich. I don't think Goodrich is going to be active. I usually don't move the chart around, but I want you to understand he will be the depth there. And, Bradberry could kick outside, and then you have Roby going in there at nickel. I'm not sure that they start the game that way. If he's learned the defense that quickly in 3 days, they feel that comfortable against Matthew Stafford and these receivers. But you could definitely get him in there and, feel things out. Now, I think Job starts the game, and Job has been doing a lot better than most people think. We talked about that during the top matchups. Telling you, go check it out. But I think that, we're definitely going to see some Bradley Roby here, and I'm all about it. Let's improve that room. Let's go, baby. Now, in the special teams department, that is where we have Braden Mann. So that is the second elevation there for the Eagles. And Jake Elliott, Lovato, Covey, Scott, everybody good to go there. Penny, we don't even use him, but emergency returner there. So that is what is going on for the Philadelphia Eagles in this game. And as I had mentioned earlier, the Rams, I do not have elevations for them, but they made a bunch of moves, and they probably just don't need those guys because one of the guys, he's been signed to the active roster that they usually elevate. So let's talk about it. Cooper Kupp. We talked all week about how he would probably be playing in this game, and he sure as shit is. So, oh boy. And then you've got O'Shawn Mathis there, and I think, the rookie, they haven't been able to use him. He hasn't played in preseason, any of the games, because he got in training camp with a knee injury. So they're looking forward to adding him to the rotation, getting 2 guys back they wanted there. And then Austin Trammell got signed to the active roster, one of their return men there. So making some moves in that department. And now when you look at their reserves, obviously Kupp and Mathis off there. They've got Bennett, Long, and Taylor still on, so you won't see them on this depth chart if you're wondering. But let's take a look at their depth chart. Alaric Jackson questionable for this game. So, ooh boy, Zach Thomas, I talked about it, 35 snaps, gave up 2 sacks when he did fill in there. They don't want that. They hope that Jackson's playing. I hope that he's playing. If not, Noteboom had taken over. Now Noteboom is out, and he was the right guard. So they moved Dotson in. So now Dotson's going to have to play again, but no Noteboom. It's either going to be Zach Thomas or maybe the rookie Warren McClendon, more of a right tackle there at Georgia. But, hey, put him over there at the left. Let's see if we can get Nolan Smith, Carter, Davis, everybody whooping his ass. A little Georgia on Georgia action. But you can see what's going on there with the offense. And then on the defense, only person that was doubtful there was Deshaun Johnson there. But you could see, Kupp was added there. Now you have Mathis behind Byron Young. And you've got some young guys in their pass rush here. So I expect the Eagles offense to be able to handle this pass rush. They have had issues, not Lane Johnson, but let's go. Clean things up. And then in the special teams department, to move this a little bit around because Austin Trammell is now on the active roster. They use Ronnie Rivers. They were using Kyron Williams before he was, the starting running back there. And then Puka Nacua, he is also used, same for Cooper Kupp, an emergency or just a situation where you want someone like Cooper Kupp. But you got Atwell and then maybe Robinson. Not the greatest at it, but you've got some guys that can definitely return the ball there. But that's all the information you need to know for tomorrow's game. They will make their inactives, and I will tell you all about that pregame. We'll get pumped up, talk about everything. But if you're craving some Eagles versus Rams, just go to the playlist, Eagles versus Rams, Week 5. Each week there is a playlist where you get all the information, all of the injury reports throughout the week, the top matchups, behind enemy lines, everything. So hope you're checking those out. Really appreciate you that are, and the comments and liking and subscribing, all that stuff that you're doing. I cannot thank you enough. That truly helps. But I hope you're having yourselves a great weekend. Go effing Bills. Let's get another win on Monday. But I'll be back tomorrow to talk about this win the Eagles are about to get against the Rams. I'll have my score prediction, everything else. You guys want to give me your score prediction now? You want to tell me what's on your mind, whatever it may be. Love to hear from you. Hope you're having a great night. But until next time, I'm Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all have a great night. You stay safe out there. And as always, say it with me now at home, folks. Go Birds!